I did not make a futures bet yet. The reason I brought up the 100 times thing is because if I was going to make a bet right now, the Bucks are my pick. To me, that's the team that I look at and say, okay, they were probably the team that should have won the title if all things were equal. Like, look, they were right there. If Middleton would have played, or if Grant Williams doesn't hit 7 threes, and if the Bucks get through, I kind of think Milwaukee wins the title. I think Middleton, even with the injury, I think they win the title. He comes back and they get through. And I don't know necessarily who I think beats the Bucks in a series when they're healthy going forward. I don't know who that team is. I couldn't come up with one. The Warriors, I think the Bucks could beat the Warriors. That somebody with size still is an issue. They didn't really have to face a team with a Giannis or a LeBron or an Embiid or somebody like that. But to me, I think the Bucks would be my early play. I'm seeing plus 750 at books. What early plays did you end up making?
I have 3 bets already in the can. My biggest bet was on the Los Angeles Clippers at plus 850. We talked about this honestly on Buckets after the trade deadline. Norman Powell, Robert Covington, they're stacked, man. Kawhi's coming back after a full year off. It was a partial tear of his Achilles. Yes, he had ACL surgery. It's going to have been 15 months since that injury. It's more than enough time for him to recover. They'll work him in slowly. I'm not worried about the regular season record. They have Ty Lue, who I may argue with how good he is, but he's undeniably a top 5 coach in the NBA. Paul George is amazing and fantastic. I think there's a good chance that they upgrade at point guard. I think Terrence Mann took a big step forward this season, much the way that Jordan Poole took a big step forward last season, which set up his success for this season. Like, you look at this roster: Reggie Jackson, Norman Powell, Robert Covington, Terrence Mann, Zubac, Hartenstein, Batum, Marcus Morris, Luke Kennard. They have shooting. They have less athleticism. They can switch. They can play big. They have Kawhi Leonard. They have Paul George. This, to me, at 850 is an insane number. And I get that people are going to be like, yeah, but can they stay healthy? I understand it. I'll deal with that when the time comes. I'll deal with those concerns. If I have an 850 ticket already in hand, I have an 850 ticket already in hand for multiple full units. This to me is absolutely the best value on the board. This next one, however, you're going to probably think I'm crazy. Philadelphia 76ers plus 1,600. Look, I get it. My faith is not in the core elements of the team on the roster. My faith is in Daryl Morey. He has an MVP candidate and he has the ability to work around him. And Harden's going to sign a shorter term deal. That's been like reported by Jake Fisher. Okay. Now the shorter term deal doesn't help us next season if Harden is trash, but if we know they're getting him back in some capacity, it does allow for Morey to build around him. So going to have Tyrese Maxey. They'll probably move Tobias Harris. I think Daryl will come out of this offseason with a better team by the start of the season than what we look at them now. So 1,600 is going to shorten. And that's a ticket because I'm not playing finals matchup or any of these other complicated ones. I can cash that out later if we get into the season and the Sixers are 4th in the East, but I look at them and I'm just like, no, they don't have it. I can look at cashing that out. But for me, I want to get in now at 1,600 because I think Daryl Morey can reconfigure the team around them. And finally, the Milwaukee Bucks. I found a plus 800 last night. So those were the 3 picks that I made. I already have bets in for the 2023 season on those 3 teams.
Where was your 800 for the Bucks? Do you remember? Maybe it's not there anymore.
I believe it was FanDuel.
Okay. Yeah. The best I saw this morning was 750. So I can tell already, like, look, you're never going to sell me on the 76ers because I've said it many times, and Morey or not, your Morey argument is good. And I don't mind the price, like the price is key on these. And even back to did we pick the wrong team in the finals? No, we're getting value also on the Celtics. And that also was part of it too. It's not a right or wrong business. It's a value business. You're getting value on the Sixers. And Embiid and Harden are just going to have to take my money at some point because I'm not giving it to them anymore. Fair. They've lost the benefit of my doubt. My problem right now is, and I can tell already, we're going to do this all next year, so we won't get into it right now. I am pretty close to the same spot on the theoretical Clippers. Not the same as the Sixers, but to me, they shape up like next year's Nets, like a team where not really, because the Nets were flawed in ways that we could see should be flawed on the court, but we never really got to see what the team was. It had to be this imaginary team that we had to kind of wait and see, will they be healthy? What will they look like? Will it all come together? we've seen that, and we saw the Clippers were that a couple years ago too. I just worry that we're going to have that on this team, and all year I'm going to have to be skeptical. The price that you got is good. The price at most books is something like 600 on the Clippers, basically co-favorites. I don't want no part of the Clippers as co-favorites, partly because I think the price you got is going to be there later, because Kawhi is going to sit out all the back-to-backs and PG is going to miss his 20 games. And like all those things are going to happen. The Clippers, if they're going to make their run next year, I don't think they're going to do it as a 1 or 2 seed. I think they're going to have to do it as all right, well, they got healthy. They're the 3 seed Warriors, or they're the 4, 5, 6 seed, kind of in that range, which probably means I'm going to get a better number. The futures thing to me that I'm taking away a little bit from this season is this. You don't have to rush to grab the futures you like. The Warriors plus 500 bet that I mentioned, your Warriors bet was, you said 1,200 to win the title a year ago right now. My Warriors bet was 500 to win the West. So presumably it would have been 1,000 to win the title. My bet was at the start of the playoffs, after we already saw how good the Warriors could be all year and then forgot because they all got hurt. Yeah. But like the season is long and these numbers go up and down. There will be chances later.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of the plus 500s and plus 600s out there. I can get those numbers later. Like
the only other 2 teams I think that are worth considering at this, I do think 950 for the Suns is going to get shorter. So
yeah, if Ayton signs.
I don't think that's going to happen based on what I heard, but I still think this will probably get shorter. But
that's fair.
So I think Suns probably. Nuggets plus 1,700 is very popular. I think there's going to be a lot of people that bet that. I personally need to see what they do with the wings. I need to see it. They have plans to address it. I have to see them get better defensively on the wings.
Yeah. But if you like Denver, take the 1,700, because 1,700 might not be there later. Yeah, Philadelphia 1,600 might not be there later if they get that point guard or improve something.
It's a matter of the value now versus your certainty of what they will look like in your analysis of what chance you will give them on the EV. Right. I need the certainty of like, if you like, what do you think the Nuggets are going to do? X. What will that lead to a number of? They're probably going to be 9-1, 8-1. If that's the case, isn't there value now? Yes. Are you certain they're going to do that? No, I don't know if they can pull it off. And then the other one is Mavericks plus 1,900. They just went to the Western Conference Finals. They add Christian Wood.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd's proven that he can build. I guess he's proven he's a good coach that can build a winner. They're still looking at making some moves. So like Mavericks plus 1,900 is a pretty insulting number for them, quite honestly. Those are the type of numbers though that I would be looking at. Like Nets plus 700. Get out of here. No,
get all the way out.
I don't want any.
We're not doing this
700.
No. Yeah. To me, the Mavericks thing. If I had to call my shot, I'll call my shot right now. I think the futures call I will make right now is I think Luka Doncic is going to be the MVP next year. However, I'm not betting it because he is the favorite at every book right now, and it's plus 550. And we know Luka shows up out of shape usually. We know that one's going to go up and down every which way. Someone will get hot early. I think I like Luka. I think the Mavs are a top 2 or 3 seed. Maybe they could be the 1 seed. The West seems kind of open. Christian Wood, I think, is a great addition. I like Luka to win MVP. That doesn't mean I need to bet it right now because I can wait and find out more information, see what moves Dallas made, and get it at a better price at some point. So I think for me, as the futures analyst, I think that's a lesson I'm taking away is just because you like something, even if you think it's going to happen, doesn't mean that is the time you need to play it.
I like Giannis a lot better at plus 850 right now than I like Luka at plus 550. I'll say that.
I agree. And I will absolutely be adding that to my portfolio just like I did this year.
The first Instagram we get of Luka actually working in the gym, though, I might be like, okay, it's time to fire. Like if
and to be fair, we got Eurobasket this summer and Luka's playing, so he's going to show up in shape and ready. So I like that too.